This is going to be a Monkcher build that goes through the leveling, goes through what it looks like at end game, some strengths, weaknesses, all of that. Built it to take advantage of the Arcane Archer leveling with Paralyze arrows, which is fantastic, and then swapping over to a Deepwood Stalker end game for just really high single target burst damage. Many seasons of hardcore, or especially early levels, you see Rangers hit level 6 and pick up paralyzing arrows and then CC the entire rest of the game all the way through heroics, which is fantastic. You have to commit a lot of energy into doing that at endgame. And so switching over to a more party-centric build with Deepwood Stalker ends up being very, very powerful. Some of the strengths, while leveling, paralyzing arrows does a ton of work. Lock everyone up, hit every single target. Anybody else in your party can then really take them out. If there's high value targets, casters, orange name bosses, stuff like that, they can just be locked up. You don't have to worry about anyone against a gibbed. Same thing with champions. Because of Monk, you're running around at pretty good movement speed, so you can kite very freely. Your single target damage, very high. You have 10,000 stars. For extra double shot and range power. While leveling Ranger, you'll have multi-shots for a big burst press. Fantastic. While leveling as well, you'll have your shocking arrows, all your different type of arrows, your force toggles, all the different toggles for a bunch of different damage types, so you can tailor it to whatever you're going against. If you're going against fire creatures, you can turn on frost, and continuing. And then in endgame with the Deepwood Stalker with sniper shot and hunt the weak, which we'll get into, your endgame damage, single target burst damage is very, very high. You do, some of the weaknesses of it though, is that you do have to pivot from Arcane Archer to Deepwood Stalker. Again, Arcane Archer, it takes a lot of investment to keep it going through the entirety of the game, especially at endgame and into Reapers, and it doesn't provide as much benefit in raid scenarios as well. Everything's immune to being paralyzed, can't be locked up, so you're just not doing as much damage. Your only AoE is at level 11, where a ranger gets improved precise shot for free, and then it's still only in a straight line. So you're suffering a bit there in terms of being able to clear large packs of monsters. You also have pretty low self-healing overall. You can do wands, everyone has access to potions, and rangers can do wands for free. So you have some flexibility when it comes to your self-healing, but not a ton. You're really using the CC with paralyzing arrows and your range to mitigate a lot of that damage. To do that, it's a little bit more complex. You have to understand understand the quests, where's safe, where's not, whether it's safe spots or just kiting, and prioritizing high value targets to paralyze and to burst down. So there's more complexity in how you're going around. With that, let's look at the enhancements. So the biggest thing, bread and butter, while leveling heroics, is paralyzing arrows. Everything else doesn't really matter. You can go up, you can get your extra imbues, your extra big W attacks, some toggles for your fighting things that can be banished, or for constructs, stuff like that. And then you get to paralyzing arrows, keep doing that. At end, you'll be able to get just big attack bonuses. Your imbue dice start to scale pretty highly. Whatever main element you're going to use, you try to pick up a spell power item for that, and it'll go pretty smoothly. You go up and grab Trance for bonus extra damage on your front numbers. This is a wisdom-based build, but you don't have to do that until later, because you have the same amount of dex and wisdom. You have the extra dex for combat archery, giving you an extra W, and crit multi on your bows. Bow is the main choice of weapon with all the ranger. And this is Warforged. I found you can do a couple different options. If you want to do like a shifter for the extra rage for wisdom, you can do that. Warforged extra 0.5 W is fantastic. Range power, a little bit more tankiness. This is a little bit more squishy build, so Warforged gives some benefits there. From there, we'll go into the Epic Destinies. Main is definitely Sharati with Hunt's End, giving you huge crit range and then just big damage. The Adrenaline for Rangers. As well as you have Pin and Otto's Whistler, where you're able to CC a very high value target, whether it's Reapers, Champions, Orange Names. Do it. If anyone's moving, if they're chilling, you just proc it, go from there. You have a bit of Imbue, so you can go up and grab your Prism, which you'll just add bonus damage. You get extra 1d77s per Imbue dice that you have, which is very nice, and go from there. This is for the Arcane Archer. If you do want to bring it up to cap, you go into the Macro Technic to grab more Imbue dice, go from there. That being said, if you are rocking the Deepwood Stalker variant, instead of going the Arcane Archer tree, you'll go the Deepwood Stalker tree. Same Warforged, same Falcon, but Deepwood Stalker for sniper shot, for heavy draw, headshot, stacking up your Archer focus to 25 instead of 15. All this is very powerful. Tons of double shot. And a ton of big damage going in. A little bit of sneak damage as well. Same trees going on here. You still do a little bit of imbue damage. Where do you get the imbue? I don't think you get imbue damage. So that'll eventually be dropped. Go more in the shadow tree. All right, 1 second. Yeah, no imbue damage going on. But extra imbue is still not bad for stay strong. Giving you more. Is it stay strong? Sorry, no, just the stance itself. Extra 1d77 for 7 imbue dice. It's nice to hit that. Extra little bit of stuff going on there. And same thing, big Hunt's End procs with Sniper Shot being a 2W plus 2 crit multiplier. Big damage. From there, let's move over to... Oh, one more thing to talk about is Mass Chaos. You're confusing all the enemies, and they end up taking 5% damage from all sources and can stack up to 10 times. So you're applying this confusion, you're just pushing it on a boss, and then suddenly a boss can be taking 50% more damage. Higher group is doing just an insane amount more damage. Huge burst potential. From there, we'll look at the feats. So feats going up. You don't need the spell focus enhancement. This is for AA. You just end up taking toughness. You can take any defense. Like, you have a little bit to play around with because we're getting a bunch of free feats. Like rapid shot, improved precise shot with ranger. So point blank, bread and butter, extra W, fantastic. Focus range because we have extra feats with bonus damage with critical for Hunt's End. You go down. Once you hit level 12, you take Zen Archery and you keep going down for 10,000 stars. And this gives you a ton of extra range power as well as a 30 double shot on your abilities. Takes away many shot, but it's fine from there. Now you do have to, because you're only going 6 monk, you do have to take Master of Forms and Grandmaster of Forms for the bonus stats and all the extra bonuses going there. In epics, pretty simple. Taking every 2 weapon fighting for the extra HP, combat archery and overwhelming critical for big damage, embodiment of law. Because you're a monk, you have to be lawful. Gives you a few imbue dice, gives you a little bit of defenses. Nice. Watchful Eye combos well with... where is it? Ooh, here we go. Piercing Deception. If you have Watchful Eye, it's 5% double shot. Take 5% double shot. We're just going to scale double shot as much as possible. And then you can end up taking Arborea for the feat. That gives you extra range power, an extra imbue die, and extra enhancement bonus on your weapon. Crush weakness is nice for your pinned targets, and there's not a whole lot else to take there. From that, go into gearing. You're running the Devil's Infernal set for extra ability scores, your double shot, your fort bypass, and melee. You can alternatively, if you'd like to get more imbue dice, run the Shadow's Emptiness set for the extra imbue dice, lose your fort bypass, which is fine. And then a 4-piece Forbidden Knowledge with extra ability scores and damage, as well as the PRR. Good combo for any weapon-based damage build. From that, your weapon will be Dynabone Longbow, level 31, so it has the second highest W in the game. Shining Reliquary is nice for the little bit of extra damage, but its bonus effects doesn't add as much comparatively to the flexibility and offensive power of your sets, craftable pieces in the Isle of Dread set. Your bonus wisdom, and especially affirmation here, 1,000 temporary HP in high levels. Very, very nice. From there, get freedom of movement on your docent, going up. Nice quality wisdom on the goggles. Everything else doesn't matter too much, sadly, but that's where you can get that. Your main stats: Deadly Accuracy Seeker, Armor Piercing on the helm. Go over, grab your Repair Amp, Insightful PRR on the neck. It's a nice trinket for Insightful Deception, Quality Seeker. And then you go down to the Quality Accuracy Deadly. You get Insightful Deadly through your Wisdom Trance, which is great. You have Constitution on your belt, as well as Quality PRR and Vitality. There's a ton of all your HP. You're running Dynabone Gloves Artifact, bonus Wisdom, bonus Deception for sneak attacks, your Magical Resistance, and the Relentless Fury for big damage. Insightful Con on the boots, as well as your Forbidden set, and then an improved Deception on the and Dodge on the ring. This other ring is, pull it up right fast. Right, where is it? Your other ring is a Natural Accuracy, which is currently not in the builder, but gives Quality Dex, which is nice. Quality Double Shot, only place in the game you can get Quality Double Shot, and then Greater Marksmanship to add 3 bonus range attack and 2 bonus range damage, as well as a little bit of distance version. That's a great ring for us to be rocking there. From that, we'll be going over what the breakdowns are. Looking at stances, if you're, even just keeping up a relative amount of Archer's Focus, doing some stance swapping, going to give you a ton of PRR, a ton of range power. Be great. Looking at the abilities, mainly Wisdom focused with a Constitution second. We have pretty respectable numbers here. Your HP, middle of the pack, nothing too crazy because of how mobile you are with monk levels. It's nice having around 1600 HP. The added Warpforge defenses is very nice. Your PRR, 120, 54% mitigation is okay. Your MMR, it's pretty much capped. Now you're 6 off of cap, 30%. You are more susceptible to magic damage being a cloth wearer, sadly. Huge fortification though, and 35 dodge cap, which helps a ton for anything melee. You have a 2/3 or 1/3 chance of just dodging whatever comes at you. Going down to the offensive breakdown, your imbue, 1 off of the extra imbue for your stance. You can swap to Shadow's Embrace to get that. A few different options. You have a bit of sneak attack die, which is nice. You have improved deception, some quality deception, all of that. Your normal deception here, so you can get your sneak damage pretty high. Your double shot, just standing, hanging out, is 125. When you click on 10,000 stars, you'll get a ton of range power and double shot. It'll start to scale pretty highly. Ridiculous amount of range power. It's great. And from there, base weapon, dealing a ton of damage. fair amount of crit damage, which is nice for Hunt's End. Bonus damage, sorry, and then crit damage for Hunt's End. Yeah, that works out. Okay, good crit range, big crit multiplier on 19 through 20. So you Hunt's End crit multiplier there. Huge damage coming. And that's going to be the Monkcher.